Have you ever thought that the very vitamins that we take every day for health can harm us? It sounds weird, doesn't it? We used to think that vitamins are always good, but what if it's not? Today we will talk about the hidden danger that habitual vitamins can pose. I will tell the story of a woman who is 55 years old. She, like many of us, took vitamins regularly, thinking that it made her stronger and healthier, but instead, her body began to malfunction. This video will help you understand the risks behind the regular pills that we buy at the pharmacy. It will be interesting, so stay with us until the end. So, let's delve into the story. Imagine an ordinary woman who is 55 years old. Like many of us, she believed that vitamins were an easy and effective way to maintain health. She drank them regularly without thinking about the consequences. After all, what could be wrong with helping your body, right? But soon, something went wrong. Her health deteriorated dramatically. She began to feel weak, constantly tired, although there seemed to be no apparent reason. In addition, her heart started beating much slower than usual, and her body temperature dropped. Imagine how she felt: cold inside, weakness in her arms and legs, and even swelling appeared. It was completely unexpected. She couldn't understand what was going on because all this time she was sure that vitamins were helping her stay healthy. When the woman went to the doctors, they immediately suspected that the problem lay in her kidneys. After all, the kidneys are a vital organ that helps to cleanse the blood of toxins and maintain balance in the body. If something goes wrong with the kidneys, it can affect the functioning of the whole body. Doctors tested for creatinine, a substance that shows how well the kidneys are working. And here's something happened that shocked everyone. The woman's creatinine level skyrocketed from normal levels to a dangerous 3,530 milligrams per deciliter. It was a huge signal that the kidneys had stopped doing their job. The situation turned out to be so serious that she was immediately hospitalized. Doctors placed the woman in intensive care, where she urgently had a blood purification device connected because her kidneys simply could not cope with this task. It was a real shock for everyone, because just taking vitamins, which seemed so harmless, led her to such a critical condition. After the woman was stabilized, doctors began to look for the cause of her sharp deterioration. They checked everything from her eating habits to possible illnesses. And in the end, something amazing turned out. The problem was caused by the usual vitamin complex that she took every day. This news was a real revelation. The vitamins that were supposed to help, on the contrary, caused serious harm to her body. It turned out that in her case, this vitamin complex overloaded her kidneys, especially considering that she already had chronic kidney problems that she didn't even know about. Here lies an important lesson for all of us. Vitamins are not always a safe path to health, especially for those who have hidden or already known chronic diseases. Before taking anything, it is important to consult your doctor, especially if you are talking about long-term vitamin intake. The story of this 55-year-old woman is not the only case where vitamins have done more harm than good. In fact, there are many such examples, and they can really surprise. For example, there is a story of a girl from TikTok who shared her success in self-care. She took vitamins regularly and thought it made her more energetic and healthier, but after a while, she began to experience severe abdominal pain. Doctors found out that she had kidney stones due to the fact that she was abusing vitamins, especially vitamin D and calcium. And here's another example. A 61-year-old man who also took a lot of vitamins was taken to the hospital with symptoms similar to pancreatitis, an inflammation of the pancreas. Doctors initially made this diagnosis, but later it turned out that the problem was related to an excess of vitamins in his body and not with pancreatitis. And finally, another case is a man who lost 28 pounds, approximately 12 kilograms, and suffered from severe seizures. His body was severely weakened, and no one could understand what was happening to him. It was only after a detailed examination that doctors discovered that the cause of these serious problems was an overdose of vitamins. These stories show that even seemingly useful things like vitamins can cause serious harm if taken without proper supervision. Now let's talk about why it's important to take vitamins wisely. This is especially true for people who have chronic diseases such as kidney problems. The kidneys play a key role in filtering everything that enters our body. If they are already working overtime or not as well as they should, adding extra substances, for example, excessive amounts of vitamins, can become an additional burden for them. This can lead to serious problems, up to kidney failure, as we have already seen with the example of the woman we talked about earlier. Therefore, it is important for people with kidney disease to be doubly careful with any supplements and vitamins. You should never rely solely on advertising or advice from friends. The most important thing is to always consult with your doctor before you start taking any vitamins or supplements. Your doctor will advise you on the correct dosage or determine if you really need these vitamins. After all, what is useful for one person can be dangerous for another. Let's start with vitamin D. This vitamin is often called the solar vitamin because our body produces it under the influence of sunlight. It plays a key role for our health, especially for bones and immunity, but it is also important for kidney health. However, it is important not to overdo it here. Excess vitamin D can cause serious damage, especially to the kidneys. If you take too much of this vitamin, it can lead to dangerous consequences. For example, hardening of the arteries and even kidney damage. This is because vitamin D affects the level of calcium in the body, and its excess is deposited in blood vessels and organs, including the kidneys. Now let's talk about vitamin B12, which is very important for the health of the nervous system, hematopoiesis, and energy maintenance. But there is one pitfall here, especially for people with kidney problems. Most often, a synthetic form of vitamin B12, called cyanocobalamin, can be found on the market. It doesn't sound so scary, but here's what's important to know. When cyanocobalamin is broken down, a small amount of cyanide is released in the body. For a healthy person, this is not a problem. The body is able to easily get rid of this substance. But if a person has kidney disease, his body may not be able to cope with cyanide excretion. Over time, this can lead to its accumulation, which creates additional stress on the kidneys and even causes toxicity. For people with kidney problems, it is much safer to choose another form of vitamin B12, methylcobalamin. It is a natural form that does not contain cyanide and is absorbed by the body much easier and safer. Methylcobalamin helps to maintain health without straining the kidneys and without creating a risk to the body. Let's move on to vitamin E, which is often called a powerful antioxidant. This vitamin helps protect cells from damage and supports the health of the skin and immune system. But, as with other vitamins, there are pitfalls, especially for people with kidney problems. The artificial form of vitamin E, known as alpha tocopherol, can be dangerous, especially for those who already have kidney problems. Taking this form of vitamin E in large quantities increases the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and even cancer. There is also a risk of weakened bones and kidney damage. Now let's talk about vitamin A, which plays an important role in maintaining healthy skin, vision, and the immune system. This vitamin can be found in two forms: retinol, which is present in animal foods, and carotenoids, which are found in plants. Although vitamin A is very important for our health, taking large doses of this vitamin can be dangerous, especially for people with chronic kidney disease. Why? The fact is that the kidneys help to remove excess vitamin A from the body. If a person has kidney problems, they may not be able to cope with it, which leads to the accumulation of vitamin A in the body and its toxicity. Vitamin A toxicity causes various problems such as headaches, nausea, liver damage, and even bone problems. Therefore, it is important for people with kidney disease to avoid taking multivitamins containing vitamin A. It is best to get vitamin A from foods that are a safer source, including foods rich in carotenoids such as carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach. This will help to avoid excessive consumption and potential health problems. Vitamin A toxicity causes various problems such as headaches, nausea, liver damage, and even bone problems. Therefore, it is important for people with kidney disease to avoid taking multivitamins containing vitamin A. It is best to get vitamin A from foods that are a safer source, including foods rich in carotenoids such as carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach. This will help to avoid excessive consumption and potential health problems. Now consider vitamin C, which many of us take to strengthen the immune system and protect against colds. It is a really useful vitamin, but it can be dangerous in case of overdose, especially for people with kidney problems. At the beginning of our video, we already mentioned a woman who suffered from an excess of vitamins, and vitamin C also played a role in her problems. With excessive intake of vitamin C, the body begins to produce oxalate crystals. These crystals accumulate in the kidneys, which leads to acute damage and pain. To avoid such problems, it is important not to exceed the recommended dose of vitamin C. The usual safe dose is about 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day. It is better to get vitamin C from foods such as citrus fruits, berries, and broccoli, rather than from supplements. This will help you maintain vitamin C levels at a healthy level without risking kidney damage. So, in conclusion, let's summarize. Vitamins can bring great benefits to our health, but they can also be dangerous if taken incorrectly. It is especially important to be careful if you have diseases, especially of the kidneys. When it comes to taking supplements, especially if you have any chronic diseases, it is important not to forget to consult a doctor. Your doctor will help you determine which vitamins you really need and in what dosage to avoid possible negative consequences. Please share this information with those who may be at risk, especially if they already have kidney problems. Knowledge is power, and a proper understanding of how vitamins affect our health can help prevent serious problems and improve our quality of life. Thank you for watching our video. Support us with likes and subscriptions so that you don't miss new useful tips. Be healthy and take care of your body.